What's up, everybody? This is Kalan from White Glove Models, and thank you for all of those that have joined us so far. It is a very Monday morning. Let's see, head over to chat real quick and let's see who Top was in first. He's wanting to know where his coffee is. I have mine, so you should have yours too. I think this is like my sixth cup because I've been up all night. So I think I started drinking coffee about 10 o'clock last night. Muse is in. How are you doing, Marcy? Glad to have you. You're probably, well, let's see, it's about at noon, late afternoon for you. And yeah, you're always bringing the pot. Buck was saying good morning to Muse and afternoon for me, but I did just wake up, so morning. Yeah, it's kind of getting to be afternoon for all of us. And Muse was saying she needs to run a quick errand. Be back soon. And Lewis is in the house, model making trucker. Good evening, one and all. Can't promise I'll be able to stay for the whole show. No worries, Lewis. I do appreciate you stopping by. And I know you just got off work and you probably have a pretty quick turnaround too. So Buck was saying hi to Lewis. And Lewis was saying, hello, Buck, how are you? Buck saying, doing good, working on the tram from yesterday's stream. That is a really cool looking tram. In fact, I kind of want to get one of those kits now. I've seen some of the other ones, but I think it was Mini. It's not Mini Craft. I think it's called Mini Art. They produce the other 1/35th scale for dioramas and stuff like that, which are pretty cool looking trams as well. But I really like the one you're working on, Top. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I should say this one out loud. Lewis was saying, I wish I could be at my bench right now, but she who farts in bed must say I must work, or says I must work. Top was saying, I would, but today is a holiday, and I love your description of nap. By the way, I'll let you in on a secret. They all do. Yes, they do. Trust me. There I am. I'm saying, morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping in. I'll finish getting things ready and be back shortly. And Lewis was saying, just don't tell her about her. Harry Potter's levitation spell is nothing compared to what she can do with the quilt. Sorry, my phone's going off. Anytime we get a fire call, my phone goes off. So let's see. Buck's laughing at that. Then Buck's saying, Kaylin, where's my coffee? I'm sitting here with tea and I'm disappointed. That's your fault. You need to get your wife to make you coffee. Mine rarely makes mine. I have to do it myself. Sorry if my voice is a little dull. Like I said, I've been up all night. I couldn't sleep because of my back. And we have somebody new, Dominic. I'm watching from the Netherlands. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Lewis was saying hi to Dominic. Thanks for joining us. This is just kind of my little piece of the pie on Monday mornings where I get to sit down and spend some time at the bench and chat with people. So I appreciate seeing you here. And Buck was saying, hi, Dominic, U.S. here, Illinois to be specific, Illinois. And we have Eric, Rascals Hobbies in. Howdy. How's it going, Eric? Thanks for swinging by. Kaylin's coming. Everybody looked busy. You guys were pretty busy before I showed up. So, and Dominic saying, I don't know what that means. Halal alamal. Quick, Lewis, quick, heads down, pants up. Buck was saying hi to Eric. And Kenny's in the house. How's it going, Kenny? Thanks for stopping by. Hobbylink International, saying what's up, everyone. And Kenny is kind of the reason a lot of us are here in the first place. Kind of keeps us all together and keeps us sane, or as sane as we can be, for the most part. And Kenny's also saying, okay, is it just my crappy computer or is the video blurry? I don't know. It could be either or. Afternoon, Model Maniacs, Dirk's Pneumophiles. Hi, Dirk. How are you? Good to see you. I assume you're off today, but that's, it's never good to assume. My wife's off today, but she's a government employee, so. And Kenny was saying hello to Dirk. Lewis was saying, I have a long rest today, 11 hours today. Oh, wow. Restarted 02:30. Nice. So I'm sure Nat will be putting you to work for sure. And Buck was saying, I actually have call it Okra. But that company, yeah, like that Okra or however you pronounce their name, they make amazing kits if you're not familiar with them. And everything I've seen from them, from their ships to their trams to any of their models that they make, they're just phenomenal. There's a few different builders I've seen build them, and pretty impressed with them. Dirk was saying, here I was thinking my eyes were playing tricks on me. Good to know it's not just me. Is it blurry for everybody? Hopefully it's not. But I'll be switching cameras here soon, and it could just be my face is blurry because I have a beard I haven't shaved in weeks. Lewis is saying hello to Kenny, Dirk, and Eric. And Top was saying hi, Kenny and Dirk. So it's not just you, Kenny. Hopefully things clear up. It's probably just my face. I'm going to blame my face. Kenny was saying hi to Lewis. And Top was saying, and I think it's your eyes, Kenny. Kenny's saying, what's up, Top? Top was saying he's working on the tram. Dirk saying, hey, everyone. And you have clear video, Top? That's a good question. So we're getting down the chat. So hopefully things are improving for you guys. And Top was saying, I drink 1 cup a day these days. I used to drink almost 2 pots, but that catches up with you. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I actually used to not drink any coffee, and I used to drink energy drinks, and those are really bad for you. And I managed to wean myself off of those. And I used to hate coffee, but now I really like it. I don't know why. But I could drink it all day and still fall asleep in a minute, as long as my back's not killing me. Yeah, Kenny did mention pie. Nope, still your eyes. My fault. I have to talk. And Dominic, oh, sorry for bad English. Oh, no worries, Dominic. It's okay. It was a little hard to figure out what you were saying. And Top was saying, Kalan was up all night. He might really be out of focus today. Yeah, that's true. Not as much as last week. I'll tell you, last week I didn't want to do anything, and it kind of affected the live stream because it was like I was frustrated and just didn't want to deal with tiny parts. And Mark's Mods is in the house. Hi, Kalan. Hi, Mark. How are you doing? I don't have it pulled up right now, but I saw you have a couple new videos up, so I definitely need to go and check those out. So Mark is actually building several of the Titanics. He's also doing the Bismarck and many other part work builds, and I really enjoy watching Mark's videos. So if you haven't checked out Mark's Mods, he's a great channel to go check out. So Kenny said, "Oh, a few drinks." I see. That's right. Just coffee. Just coffee. Lewis was saying, "Excuse me." Lewis was saying, "Don't worry about English, Dominic. Mine not great, and I'm British." And Lewis was saying hi to Mark and Jay. Jay's channel's in. Hi, Kalan. Hope everyone is okay and well. Thank you, Jay. Yes, I just kind of had a long night, restless night, and I basically spent most of the time trying to figure out what I was going to be doing today. And apparently my voice is going. So I hear I know that you're moving soon. Hopefully things are going well with that. And it's always good to see you, Jay. Thanks so much for stopping by. Also, as always, whenever I see Jay's channel, I like to recommend going and checking out Jay's channel because he just does some wonderful builds as well. And Mark was saying hi to Lewis, and Lewis was saying hi to Jay, and Dominic was saying no, it's 7 o'clock here in the evening. Nice. So it's a good time for at least this isn't too late for you. And Dirk was saying, "Hey, coffee, how rude. We can no longer be friends." Hey, I said I used to hate it. I love it now. And the only way, and I think why I hated coffee before was because people always put milk in it and stuff, and I never did like that. And so I drink my coffee black, and that's just is how I prefer it. I can't drink certain coffees though. That it's got to be dark coffee because I'm from the Olympic Peninsula, in Washington State, close to Seattle, the coffee capital of the world, and so we're a little snobby when it comes to our coffee. And yeah, I like it dark, and I actually get Pete's. It's called Pete's Coffee or whatever. It's a brand, and I don't know if they're everywhere else in the States, but we have them over here and up in Seattle and stuff. And their coffee, the Columbia blend, which is a dark roast, is my favorite. And I mean, I love cowboy coffee. You basically have to eat it with a spoon. And Buck was saying hi to Mark and Jay. Yes, Kenny, we all know how much you hate coffee, and you do drink a lot of tea. My wife does. My wife loves tea. Buck was saying it to Dirk, I drink tea most of the time. Can we still be friends? Nope. Mark, I just subbed your channel. Thank you, Dirk. Yeah, Mark's a great guy, and he has a lot of really great builds that he's working on and has worked on in the past. Also, another big one over in the UK that I really love watching as well as Alex builds. And he's on chat every now and then when he can be, but by golly, man, he just makes. He did the Into Darkness Enterprise, and I want to mimic my Into Darkness Enterprise close to how his looks because it's just beautiful how it turned out with all the lighting and all that. I'll have to think about that. I'm trying to get caught up here. Lewis is saying, "Thank you for your comment last night, Jay and Mark." That's awesome. Yeah, we're always trying to help each other out. Jay said, "I must be mad I brought issue 1 of the Disney Doll's House. Thank you for your shout out." Oh, now Nat's going to have to get it. Uh-oh. That's cool, Jay. I actually look forward to seeing that. That'll be interesting. And Buck was saying, but they will drink Coors beer. Ian Campbell, hi, how are you? Ian is my one and only patron at the moment, and I do appreciate him so very much. He has been a wonderful support and help for the channel. And Ian, if you don't know Ian Campbell, he owns Partwork Upgrades. I talk about them quite a bit as well, Partwork Upgrades in the UK. And he just released some stuff today. I'm going to the 1/200 scale Titanic figurines. So if you head over to Partwork Upgrades, you'll actually get to see those figurines for the Titanic. And hopefully, I don't know if you're going to be getting more or not, Ian, but some that might work with the Titan or with the Bismarck too. But those crates and stuff, there's crates. So you can get a lot of crates, different sizes, different benches, and then there's two different. There's adults like men and women, and then you also can get kids. So it's really cool. I recommend going over and checking that out. And Lewis was saying hi to Ian. And Dirk said, Kenny is dead to me. Never. And Mark was saying hi to Top. And Jay was saying, can't drink coffee or energy drinks as I have a caffeine intolerance. You know, my grandpa did too. My grandpa couldn't drink caffeine, so he was always drinking decaf, and it kind of came on later in life for him though, because he used to when he was younger. But Ian was saying hi to Mark, and Eric was saying redheaded tea drinker to Kenny. Mark was saying thank you to Dirk. And Lewis is saying coffee is the future. I don't drink too much, though, about 10 cups a day. I can believe that. Back when I was a boat captain, I lived on energy drinks, and they catch up to you, man. Like I should have really slowed down on those, because it used to be like in college I would drink maybe one a day, and when I was a boat captain I was drinking like 2 or 3 a day. And I mean, that stuff's worse than soda for you, and I don't drink soda really. On occasion I'll drink it. But Eric was saying I had 2 pots of coffee this morning. Yeah, you woke up like at 1:30 this morning your time, so you've kind of been keeping me company this morning over at HobbyLink International Discord. Top is saying, so the question becomes, do you support Picard tea, Earl Grey hot, or Janeway coffee black? No wonder Kenny does not like Voyager. That would explain everything, Kenny, right there. Ian said says yes, I have Bismarck ones already. I will be doing the 1/250 scale for Titanic soon. Awesome. That is good to know. Yeah, it's been I went over on the website this morning, but very briefly, because I had some editing I was working on, and I didn't want to get too distracted. But that's great. The Bismarck ones will definitely be really cool to add to the decks of the Bismarck. And then like even for like the hood and things like that, you could get away with those because they're still so small. You could just paint them up in German garb or in British garb. Just depends on what ship you're using. And Card Diva is online today. Love coffee, especially on Mondays at 10. Keep up the great work. Thank you. And Lewis, I'll have to look at them. Yes, Lewis, please do. I need to wait for shipping to go down before I can buy all the stuff I want from Partwork Upgrades, because by the time I get done with everything that I really want, the shipping is going to cost me more than the actual products themselves. But yeah, it's man. He's got also the maps that you can put on your. Ian at Partwork Upgrades has the maps that you can put on your workbench when you're working on a lot of the Partwork builds, so it doesn't damage them. He's got covers for almost all the current Partworks builds. He has different electronic components, accessories. Like if you're building the Ecto 1, there's all kinds of fun stuff you can put inside, like newspapers or the Haynes manual. I think the Haynes manual is one, just loads and loads of cool little packs of stuff that you can buy. So it's really awesome. And Top is saying, normally I side with Kenny about Voyager, but he hates coffee. Lewis is saying hi to Card Diva, and Dirk was saying gotta go with Janeway. Besides, she has the cooler ship. Oh man, that is a epic war on HobbyLink International. So if you're not part of the community, you kind of wouldn't understand. But everybody's a little bit torn on who likes what the most, and the Voyager tends to come up quite a bit. I don't know. I wasn't a big Voyager fan, and then I forced myself to watch it. I started to enjoy it. But yeah, that ship, there is just something about it that is a little odd. But you can say that about a lot of Star Trek ships, because there are some that just don't make any sense. And it's not just the Starfleet ships, that's some of the others. So Dirk was saying, oh wait, Kenny was saying Janeway can drink all the coffee she wants. The question is, what does 7 of 9 drink? And Dirk replied, 10W30. I always thought maybe it would be like transmission fluid or something like that. Kenny say, yes, she does. And Lewis says, WD-40. Probably a little bit of everything. So that is chat caught up. So happy Monday, everybody. I'm so glad to see we have 14 people watching right now. That is awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by on this actually a sunny morning in Northern California. And I think spring has officially hit. I mean, for spring for us means it's warmer in the afternoon, but still below freezing at night sometimes. Not really, but it gets to about 30, 35 degrees at night. But then it fools us, and then it snows in April. But you know how that goes. But our mountains definitely need more snow and more rain than we've been getting, and we got quite a bit the last month. Hopefully we'll get more soon. And earlier today I was talking to Lewis, and I shared something with him, and he noticed in one of the videos this knife. And this is, so for those of you that have maybe seen me using it, it is a Westcott knife, and it's like a clicky pen, and I've never seen anything like it. It has a very tiny blade, and I really love this, especially when working on little tiny parts, just because you have a little bit more control, and the blade, it just isn't super big, so it's small enough to get into those smaller parts and do some more fine detail with. And Lewis said that he was able to find them. I got this at Walmart in the town that I live in. Lewis said he found it on Amazon, I believe. The only thing is I've never looked for the blades for it, and I don't even know how to change them out. It should be fairly simple. So let's just take a quick look-see here, and I'm probably going to ruin it now. But it just kind of comes apart like a ballpoint pen, and then I don't know how it looks like. The blade is actually fused to this plastic part. So I'm going to have to do some research and see if I can find some replacement blades for it, because I really do love this knife. It's been a lifesaver, especially when working on smaller kits and stuff like that. So it was funny because I saw it at Walmart, and I picked it up when it was there, and I've never seen it there again. So hopefully I can get some more blades for it. But Lewis did say he did find it on Amazon. I'm not sure how much it is on Amazon. So another thing that I discovered last night, so I decided, without going and watching any of Kenny over at HobbyLink International's videos, like he had told me to, about panel lining, I just thought, oh, I'm going to try it. And somebody had told me to let the panel line wash. This is the Tamiya panel line wash, sit for an hour and then scrub it off. No, that didn't work out very well. So now it's permanently stuck to the car. So what I think I will be doing is I'm going to attempt to wet sand it back down because I already have the glass installed. And that's my biggest concern is if I try to take the glass out, it's going to break the plastic or just mar it up completely. And I would need to remove that, I think, before I go and put it in simple clean or whatever. Yeah, whatever the purple people eater stuff that Kenny uses. So unless, Kenny, you know that I could dunk it and that would just help, that would just end up releasing the glass without damaging it. If that's the case, then I might just do that. Otherwise, I'm going to try wet sanding it. And this is why you don't attempt new things like that when you haven't slept. And without watching Kenny's videos, because they're good tutorials. So I learned my lesson the hard way. Let's see, I missed a bunch of chat. Holy cow, it jumped really fast. Where were we? There we were. John, okay. Hi, John. Yeah, I didn't get an email from you last week. So yeah, I'll check my email. And in fact, I'll check it right now. And for some reason, it also, the last time you sent me an email, it sent it to the spam folder, but I am not seeing it. So, but I did get one. So what I'll do is I'll try to reply to you in the, here, let me, John. So last email I got from you was January 3rd. So let me reply to you. Here's my email. Just in case for some reason it's not, either you're putting in the wrong email or something else is wrong. So thanks, John. And I haven't talked to Doug lately. I need to give him a call, so I'll try to get in touch with him later this week. And then I'll get back in touch with you. So thanks so much, John. And thanks for stopping by. Kenny says, I love Voyager. We know you're lying. And Lewis is saying hi to John. And Yreka saying, Voyager looks like a Miranda class banged a Vulcan shuttle and dropped it from the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. Yeah, you could say that, but I didn't like the NX-01, and everybody loves that ship, and there's just something about it that I don't like. Ian was saying, I'm sure I can do you a good shipping cost. Just pile everything into your basket and we'll sort it out. All right, that sounds fair. That sounds fair, Ian. Yeah, because at this point, I don't think shipping's ever going to come down. Not anytime soon. So, but yeah, there's definitely a few things that I've had on my want list for a long time. So I'll get in touch with you, Ian. Thank you. Lewis was saying, hire a shipping container, then you have a reason to buy lots of models and stuff. There you go, Lewis. That is the way to go. That would actually, it would probably be cheaper in the long run. KX4 Gaming, hey, how are you doing? I always forget your name, and I want to say it's Kevin, but I'm not sure. It's always good to see you. And he is part, I do believe, yes, you are part of the HobbyLink International community, I believe. So Lewis is saying hi to KX4. And Mark in Edinburgh, Modeling Man Cave. Oh my goodness, it is so good to see you. I know you are staying away from your cold workspace, so we haven't seen anything from you for a little bit, but I know you're lurking around and probably have been working on a few things. So it's always good to see you, Mark. And hopefully it'll start to warm up enough for you to get back out to the garage. So Ian was saying he loves TNG and Voyager, don't really like others. Yeah, see, it's funny for me because I grew up as a young kid. I grew up with the original series, and I fell in love with it. And I especially, Mr. Spock and all that is always my favorite character. But then TNG came out, and I remember watching that growing up as a kid as well. And it just that has always really stuck to me. Like I've there were things I loved about it and things I hated about it. But I think that's with any series. And then when Enterprise came out, it was really hard for me to watch that, and it was kind of similar with Deep Space Nine. I never fully connected with it until I watched it. I think it was last year. I watched all of the Deep Space Nines, and that one I enjoyed it at the beginning, but then when it was all about the war and all that, it kind of lost me. But yeah, I don't know. And then I'm one of those guys that my wife hates whatever the hell his name is, that actor that plays Captain Kirk in the new she knows his name. But yeah, she can't stand him, and the guy that plays Kirk in the new series and stuff. And but it, it's not, to me, it's not all about him in the new one, and I kind of have started to enjoy that. So the other one I'm watching right now is Discovery, which surprised me. It started out a little slow, and now I'm starting to enjoy it. But I was kind of lost there for a minute. And KX was saying hi, Trucker, and Mark was saying hi to Lewis. Top was saying, so I've been listening while searching Evil Bay. Don't do it. Evil Bay, I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyone know where to get a 1/24 scale train engineer or conductor? I don't remember. Does that even equate in the HO scale range or in the train scales to a 1/24 scale? I don't know. But that's a very good question. So hopefully somebody has an answer. I was on, just out of curiosity this morning, because I went to Andy's Hobbies headquarters to look at the SR-71 again, just out of curiosity. I mean, I already have mine ordered, so I'm not worried about it. I have it pre-ordered. But I wanted to see, because there was one other I can't remember what it was, but one other pre-order that sold out like immediately, and then the Lancasters are going fast too. And sure enough, the SR-71 by Revell, the 148th, is all the pre-orders sold out. So I went on eBay just out of curiosity to see exactly what people were selling them for, because those jerks are buying them up and selling them for twice the cost that they should be. And sure enough, they were selling for, the lowest I found was $120 with a $60 shipping fee, all the way up to almost $200 with a $50 shipping fee. So it's like, yeah, people are taking advantage of the market of that right now, which is unfortunate, because you also look at the Into Darkness Enterprise, and I have two of those that I got for $60 a piece. And if you go on eBay right now, they're selling for $120 to some of them were in the low range of $90 a piece plus shipping. And I don't think I even paid shipping on mine. So it's ridiculous. Lewis is saying I need to get one. I'm assuming you're talking about the train conductor or the Voyager. You should get the Voyager. Just kidding. Don't do it. Top is saying hey to Mark in Edinburgh. And also, if you break it, you get to buy another one. Mark was saying hi to Buckman, or Top as I call him, just because everybody else does. And Lewis was saying about 10 pounds. Top was saying somebody confused hours and minutes, but we know they are related somehow by the number 60. Kenny was saying that wasn't me. Laugh out loud. I don't have videos like that. It's all Maddie C's fault. And then Kenny was also saying super clean, should strip it all. Okay. So, and it won't damage my windows, because I did dip the windows in Future. I dipped the windows in Future before I installed them. I just don't want to damage them because they're the only windows I have. And I mean, honestly, this isn't an expensive kit. So, and it probably would be easy to just make the windows for it if I do damage them, but I don't know. I might try wet sanding it first, but then I'm afraid I'll ruin it even further. So I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do. But thanks, Kenny. Top is saying it's always Maddie C unless it's Eric. That's true. Isn't Mod Podge water-based? So that's what I'm thinking. And I was wondering if I soaked it in warm water, if the windows would release, and then I can strip it in super clean. So I don't know. It unfortunately, what was supposed to be a 6-day build, as you all saw during the after Christmas 6-day build that we did, it's turned into a heck of a lot more than that. Eric says, I'm awake. You've been awake for a long time. I wonder what time you're finally going to crash today. And Top says, sorry, I talk a lot in real life too. Yes, you do. Just kidding. A lot of us do. Kenny was saying, could have been Eric. I still have to get some of the Tamiya panel line wash. Looks good. It does. It's just, I don't think I would have gone. The only one I have is black, and that's why I used it. But Eric kind of schooled me this morning a little bit on it. And I'm going to try it on the GTO and kind of go with his method that he was talking about this morning, where basically you just let it sit for a few minutes, and then with a Q-tip with water, you should be able just to get the excess off. And he said just build it up as you need it. But a kind of there's a dark gray that I think would look a little better in this with the pink paint, just because with the pink, the black is just almost too much, I think. So I don't know. And then let's see, Top is saying, good morning, Eric. While you were sleeping, you won. Make sure you cash in on those on the Kalan loot, or whatever we're calling it now. Maybe use a pin wash with Tamiya instead of an area wash. That way you only need to clean up the little marks. That, thank you. That, I think I did. It's easy especially for a smaller scale. I think it's easy to get a little overzealous with it. The one thing that part of the reason that in Dirk, because I kept bugging Dirk about oil paints and making an oil wash, and the reason I wanted to do that was because I think they're a little bit more forgiving than the Tamiya panel line washes, especially if you're going to be doing weathering on like a fuselage on an aircraft and the wings and stuff like that. So it's definitely a area I want to explore more, because I could be totally wrong, but from what I've seen, the oil washes seem to be a little bit more forgiving. So I don't know. I could be wrong. And Dominic was saying panel line wash from Tamiya, you can remove it with white spirit. Okay. But that will probably end up stripping everything too, I'm assuming, right? Top was saying, want to know what you won to Eric? Your model stash. That's right. I I second that. I hereby bequeath all of Top's models to Eric. Nope, another 6 feet of snow. Everybody's getting snow, and we had our good snowfall, and it's pretty much gone now. So Dirk was saying, "Hey, I must be sobering up. The feed looks a lot clearer now." So yeah, that was a good question from the beginning of the feed. Was it me or was it you? I don't know. Everybody said I was a little fuzzy, so it does, Dirk. Okay, good. If shipping stateside to stateside, use UPS. That's a good point. Postal Service, their rates have just skyrocketed, and I'll ship it your way, Buck. All the snow, send it all over. Dirk was saying, Kenny, you are sobering up too. Call him Kevin, he'll get over it. Don't care if that's his real name. Is it Kevin? I don't know. We're talking about KX4. And let's see. Yreka saying, I don't care that you don't care. Sprue and Glue. Hi, Dave. How are you doing? It's always good to see you. Sorry I've missed out on any of your live streams. I've kind of had a very strange sleeping schedule lately, where either if I don't sleep at all, or I end up crashing for a very long time because I'm so tired. But yeah, hopefully one of these days I'll be up. Usually you're on about 4 o'clock my time, so one of these days I'll be able to catch another one of your live streams. They're always entertaining, and you've been building some really cool stuff. So thanks for stopping by, Dave, and it's always good to see you. Mark was saying the best starship is the USS Enterprise refit from the motion picture. So yeah, that one is a good one. I do like that one. Lewis is saying hi to Dave, and Discovery is rubbish. Yeah. Excuse me. It's funny because I don't know. I felt the same way at first, Mark. But I think I eventually got over it, just because I think things were the fact that Pike was in it. So here's a little bit of backstory on my growing up with Star Trek. So when I was about 12 or 13, I started reading the Star Trek books. And anytime, I don't know why I was so fascinated with Pike. And I think it was because I wanted him to have had remained the captain in the original series. But when you go back and you read a lot of those books, and Pike is in them, he's just such a fascinating character, and he's a little bit more likable, I think, than Kirk was to me at the time. And so when Captain Pike was on Discovery, my attitude changed a little bit, because I was excited to see him and see them working with his character again. And I mean, it didn't end well, but you know, it was kind of nice to see that. And Dirk was saying Chris Pike, Pine, Chris, yeah, whatever his name is, that guy from the new one. Yeah, my wife just, for some reason, she does not like him. So her dislike for him, I think, is kind of like my dislike for Robert Pattinson. And it's like there's no real reasonable justification for it, but I just don't like him. And that is what's going to make it really hard for me to watch the new Batman, just because I'm not a fan. But I've heard people say good things about the new Batman, so we shall see. Chris Maple. Oh man, you guys cracked me up. The best Enterprise is the one in your stash. That's true. G scale. No, Lewis will agree with me. The best Enterprise was the OG USS Enterprise carrier that sailed the ocean blue. Dirk was saying you have to wear sunglasses with Discovery. The main component is light sun glare to keep you from grasping the overall complicated storylines. That's true. Mark was saying, I'm a Trekkie and seen every episode TOS to Enterprise, just don't like the new series. Yeah. And bye, Ian. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll talk to you later, and hope you're having a good week so far. I know it's just starting for you, so take care, and I'll talk to you soon. And Kenny was saying goodbye to Ian. And Top is saying, I will not buy from scalpers. I'll go without instead. I've gotten some really good deals over the years. Yeah. Dirk too. Dirk finds some steals. But I think it's because he's patient. And that's something that, me especially, I need to learn. But there are some things that if you don't wait on them, or if you wait on them, you're like, I think I got a smoking deal on the SR-71, to be honest. So I'm happy with that. And Dirk subbed to Mark. Good deal. And Eric was saying I buy from Buck's Model Store. I've been buying from Jalen's model shop. She's sold me 1, 3, 4, and I think I'm about to get a 5th. But the one I really was excited for, the Galileo shuttle or whatever, I ended up selling that to Shane Mandival selling it to him because he had kind of posted some interest in it, but Jalen had never heard back from him, and so but then after Jalen sold it to me, she got a message from Shane saying, "Oh, I missed it," and so I just thought, you know what, I'll be the nice guy and I'll let him have it. So I sold it to him, and it's on its way up to him now. So it'll be in good hands. That kit though, Jalen had everything for it. The lighting kit, everything, the interior. Oh man, at least it's going to good hands, and somebody will make good use of it. Mark was saying, I have the Revell Voyager with photo etch and light kit, but drilling out all the windows. Nice. And Kenny was saying, try Windex first. It strips. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. That's not a bad idea. Lewis is getting excited over photo etch. And so Lewis, if Nat was a cyborg or made out of any components of metal or photo etch, you'd be in love forever and ever and ever. Amen. Dirk was saying, okay, Buck sub to everybody. Good deal. Eric was saying, wait, I had a good idea. Woohoo! Yes, you did. So I appreciate your guidance this morning. KX was saying, no water with Tamiya panel line wash. Have to use mineral spirits. Okay, I'll definitely be trying that. Make your own wash. Just darken up the pink some. That's not a bad idea. So it's definitely worth experimenting with now that I don't really have to have this done by any particular time frame. If the windows were put in with PVA, then yes, warm water should release it. Panel line wash is max of 20 minutes and a touch of odorless thinner to remove. Okay. See, good thoughts in here. So Kevin is right, to me and no water. Nobody likes dirty pink. Everybody gets at least one in a lifetime. That's true. And let's see, Mark was saying hi to Top, and then I love Dirty Pink. I think now it's like a requirement to be part of HLI. You have to have something pink on your workbench, and I found mine. My little pink object is actually I have two. See, so I have my little wax pen for picking up photo etch and things like that. But then I forgot about this little guy, which is kind of a similar deal. So yeah, so I'm in the club. I win. Now I can't close my drawer. Let's see. Before you do your wash, clear coat your paint. I did. I clear coated it. I clear coated it 3 times, and I even let it. So here's the funny thing: is that it sat. So it sat since New Year's. So for 16 days, and it should have been nice and cured. My thumbprint left a fingerprint in the hood. I don't understand that. With Tamiya Clear, that Tamiya Clear should have been dry. I'm working on the Revell Foos truck and just primed it today. Marked it. Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's actually a really cool truck. I've kind of been debating on getting that one eventually. Dude, I no longer live stream kit builds. Oh, that's too bad. You were doing something though the other day, and I can't remember what it was, and I wanted to go back and watch it. I have it in my watch later list, so I'll definitely be checking that out, Dave. Yeah, live streaming, it's a different world. Dominic was saying before I put the panel line wash on it, did you gloss? I didn't use lacquer. I used the Tamiya X22 clear, which is their acrylic. Hugh Gordon, hi. How's it going, Hugh? It's always good to see you. Hey, Kalan, good to see you too. Glad you could stop by. Nat's Nat's at the house. Good evening, Kalan. Unfortunately, I can't stay tonight. I've left my thumbs up, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, Nat, so very much, and thank you for your help today. Take care and have a very, very wonderful evening. And don't work Lewis too hard. Lewis is saying hi to Hugh and saying bye to Nat, my lovely, beautiful, darling wife. And see, Mark was saying I use Tamiya LP paints or the TS. See the TS cans. I've seen. See, one thing I always enjoyed about your channel, Mark, is watching you paint, because it. There's some things that I've kind of wanted to copy that you do. It's just I haven't used the cans, and I think I'm going to switch to cans for certain things. And then the lacquer paints, I'm tempted to kind of maybe start trying some of those out, just because I hear better things and they're easier to flow in your airbrush. But my airbrush has actually been pretty good with Tamiya. The only thing it doesn't like is primers. Kenny's saying, uh-oh, Lewis wants something. And by the way, Lewis, welcome to the Tall Ships group. What? He did it? No. Does he have a ship for it yet? He was trying to talk, or Nat was trying to talk him into a paper tall ship. But I did something today that, so kind of a funny thing. I'm going to take a break from chat here real quick. And so over at HobbyLink International, we have a load of different group builds that we're doing. And anybody's welcome to join those. If you head over to HobbyLink International on the website, you can always check out the different group builds, and you can always join them. Some of them are members only, but not all of them. And one of the builds that I was kind of iffy about getting into was the 50s, the Cars of the 50s group build. And the reason for that was just because I I didn't want to do like a 50 Chevy. Everybody does the 50 Chevy, and for some stupid reason, I didn't think about checking my shelf first, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can do a truck. So I asked Kenny, oh, can trucks be included? And I kind of had this perfect idea for a like an old Ford 1950s Ford truck, like a flatbed or something. But then this morning, when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do on the channel today for the live stream, I was like, which we're probably not going to get to now, but one of the things that I was looking at was I have this. It's a 1954 Hudson Hornet. And I was like, no kidding. I already have a 50s car, something that I've really been wanting to build. And so I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna enter this one into the 1950s group build. And so this will be a perfect candidate for that. And I've got a whole year to work on it, and it'll give me the time to put all that fun effort into the engine and all that stuff. So that'll be a really cool build, which will be on the channel. And also you'll see a lot of the progress over at HobbyLink International as well. So, okay. Let's see, where was I? Buck, we did not miss you. I'm just kidding. Lewis was saying it mainly so she doesn't look back through the chat. And if you did, what caliber did you use? I'm not sure what that was referring to. That was way back. That was in the way back zone. So we're going to try to skip forward here and get caught up a little bit. Lewis was saying, and thank you, Kenny, just need to convince the wife. That's right. And have Kelly talk to her. Top is saying, I always look for the buy it now or best offer and half what they ask. I've done that a few times and it's worked out. In fact, I think that might be how I got my 37 Chevy convertible. This guy was asking like $26 for it, and I threw, just almost as a joke, I threw in, would you take like $15 for it? And he said yes. And so that ended up working out. I'm sure you have pink on your, somewhere in your workbench, Lewis. My crack cut is pink. They call it rose red. Yeah. And Kenny loves pink. Let me scroll down here a little bit. And Lewis is saying, no pink, pink, wrong page. My 5-year-old girl going on 25 only has pink, no pink. No paper model tall ship. Nope, he won't do it. Dirk was saying, man, you're all about kissing the HL tickets already. Mark, if you can use 2K clear on cars, I would use Mr. Hobby Super Clear 3 as they're a lot tougher to. That's one thing I have heard, Mark. So that's definitely worth checking out. I also want to try Allclad, but I wasn't sure if Allclad has. I'm pretty sure they do have their own clear coat, but I've heard the 2Ks are really, really good. They're just they are stinky, so you got to have a good ventilation for them. And Dirk was saying, I have to. I'm part of the staff in the boss business. Yeah, Kenny cracks that whip, I'm sure. Kenny needs to install more duties onto you, Top. That way he can lighten his load, so he can keep going. Thanks, Kenny. It is a pretty cool car. A friend of mine, and I say friend as another member of the modeling community, somebody that I've really kind of fallen in love with his channel and his videos. And I know he struggles sometimes to keep up on certain things, but his name is Matthew Cunningham, and he his channel is called Model Car Art, and he's such a wonderful guy, and he loves Mobius models, and kind of had a really interesting connection with Mobius models and with the owner of Mobius models before. I guess my understanding is they aren't in business anymore. But he was doing a Hudson Hornet, and I remember the first time I ever uh, saw the engine he did on that kit. It was when I was first coming back into the hobby, and the work he did on that engine was phenomenal. And he is one of those guys that if it's not meeting his standard, he bins it. He throws it in the trash. And I I understand his mentality kind of with that, because he is a perfectionist and he wants things to be perfect. But the motor, the engine that he did, I swear, if you didn't have any reference next to it, and it was like taken on a miniature jack stand or something, you would think it was a real engine out of a car. And Matthew just does beautiful work. And I've gleaned so much from him as well, just as a returning modeler to the modeling world, and was just so, and I communicate pink. I don't know what that was. Maybe that had to have been on my end. So that was real interesting. Um, so take care, Lewis. Always good to see you, and I'll probably see you on Friday. Um, and let's see, Buck was saying that's how I got my 172 C57D for $50, including shipping. Yep, I think it was me. I think I actually froze, which was a weird thing because that doesn't usually happen. So hopefully I'm back. So it's like, does it act like a statue time? I did freeze. It was just me. Yes. I had a Kenny moment. That was really weird. Never had a Kenny moment, and finally I got to experience what it's like on this end of things, because you're kind of freaking out a little bit. You're like, hello, am I still streaming? So yeah, that's not like I need to start another kit. Like I need a hole in the head, but starting this Hudson Hornet is just going to be really cool. And I know Matthew's going to really appreciate that. So um, Spencer's in the house, and he just came in just in time for me to freeze solid for a minute. How's it going, Spencer? And Spencer helped me out yesterday, because so when it comes to the world of lighting and effects for kits and stuff like that, I am a total noob, and HobbyLink International produces all of these very, very awesome boards that Spencer helps produce for all of your different kits, like the Grissom that's coming out and things like that. And so I was trying to figure out kind of what wires and different things I needed. And HDA Model Works actually has all these really cool components that you can use, like all the wires and stuff that you'll need. Because if it wasn't for Spencer, I wouldn't have known that. And I would have gone and bought just regular, like, wire for like wiring your car or whatnot. And it just would have been a mess. And so he guided me to HDMA ModelWorks, and they have a lot of the different products and stuff that I will need for making those boards that HobbyLink International sells to make. And also you can get LEDs there and all kinds of other stuff like that, and resistors and everything you'll need in order to make your models light up. So that was pretty cool. And I spent a lot of time exploring that website and getting lost in it. So Kenny, yeah, hopefully with the BIOS or whatever, it gets better for you. Everybody's saying hi to Spencer for a short bit. You started with Kenny Moments focus issue earlier. Yeah, I did start with a Kenny issue. Hey, Josh from Wisdom Design. What's going on, everybody? How's it going, Josh? I will be on Josh's channel, as a matter of fact, next Saturday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. So for you guys, that'll be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Josh, if you haven't ever been over to Wisdom Design, Josh's channel, he interviews a lot of different modelers and different people, and a lot of people that have been in the industry professionally for a very long time. Those videos are just amazing to watch. It's crazy how much talent is out there in the world, and I'm just this little new guy that's kind of coming back into the hobby after 25 years, 25, 30 years, and so it's going to be a really cool interview. And I always like watching Josh's shows when I get a chance to. He's kind of one of those two that had kind of gotten back into the hobby and just started connecting with people and meeting people in the hobby. And so yeah, I'm in California. Because you're in Oregon. You're just up above me in Oregon, aren't you? So anyways, everybody's saying hi to Josh. And let's see, Kenny said people will watch me just for the train wreck aspects of my shows. No, that's more World of Wayne. We like to see the train wrecks happen over there. Top was saying watching Kenny is like watching NASCAR. You're looking for a good wreck. And hanging with the Joshster. That's true. So I'm in Oregon. It's 11 a.m. for us now. Yeah, it's 11 for me right now. So I thought so next Saturday, didn't you say at 11 o'clock? So Top was saying hi to Josh. And Kenny was saying true, very true to Top. And there's Josh saying, wait, I thought you were in California. Yeah, I am. So we're in the same time zone. But for what I meant, Josh, was for them, for all those Easterners over there, it'll be like 1 o'clock for those guys, 1 or 2. He's the Johnny Carson of the modeling community. You know what, Josh? You kind of have become the Johnny Carson of the modeling community, and it works. You're a really great interviewer, and you always ask some really good questions. So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. And Dirk is saying, "Oh, let me show my age, the Merv Griffin of the modeling community." Oh yeah. And he's saying, yeah, Oregon, so it's 11 a.m. So kind of a funny thing, and I can't remember, Josh, you might remember the name of the company that's in your town. They do those yurt type deals, and my wife and I actually were looking at buying one of those because we wanted to buy property here in California and maybe put one of those on it. And the unfortunate thing was they're not rated for like California doesn't approve them because they're not rated for a certain rating, like the snow rating or something. But the company that is in Garden Grove or wherever, I think it was Garden Grove, they actually have a snow approved rating on their roof that they said it would qualify, but California won't allow it. So unfortunately, we ended up buying a real house. But it would have been cool, kind of an interesting experience to own one of those. You know, you own it outright because they're really inexpensive and pretty energy efficient too. So, the old Dirk, who Dirk? No kidding. And Josh is saying, okay. Oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, no problem. Pacific Yurts, yes. They just, if you've never heard of Pacific Yurts, they are manufactured there in Oregon, and just outstanding yurts. I mean, when you think of a yurt, like you think of something very simple and basic, more like a tent. These are not. I mean, they make some that are just luxury, beautiful luxury, and they're cheap. I think it was between 20. Well, and by cheap I mean cheaper than buying a house, because it was like 20 or 25,000 for one that we were looking at. Dirk was saying I could have been rude and said the dinosaur. Yeah. So yeah, we're not getting a whole lot of modeling done, but frankly, I don't care. This is always more fun, kind of chatting with everybody, and I see why Kenny enjoys it. Just kind of show a little bit of the what's going on, and more or less just have good conversations. So not nice, Dirk. But yeah, so I do intend to. Oh, this is a modeling show? No, not at all. I do intend to try to get another Bismarck video out this week, part 2 of the Bismarck build done, and then I need to try to either get another Messerschmitt video out or another GTO video. Excuse me. So before I start putting any of the newer stuff that I'm going to be working on, I definitely want to try to finish up some of the older builds. And so I think what I'm going to end up doing in the next few weeks is just trying to get some of those cleaned up and painted and finished up, and then get all of that recording set aside so I can start finishing those videos on those builds. The Messerschmitt, big error on my part. I thought I had posted at least one video for it, but I think I had been avoiding it because I had days and days, and I mean days, of video footage that I had to go through just to finish part 1, and I still have that much more video to go through. And so trying to pick out the best parts to include in the video. And that was part of the problem when I first started the channel. I was running into this whole thing of I wanted to record everything and show everything, and I don't necessarily need to do that. I've learned that in the long run that I don't need to show every single aspect of every single thing that I'm doing. Just maybe record the important things and post those up. And so that's kind of how things have transitioned a little bit. And hopefully you guys are putting up with the kind of transformation that the channel's been taking over the last several months. So at some point I will find a even medium, and we'll stay there and kind of cruise along at that speed on autopilot, especially when I go back to work, because my time for this is going to cut way down. And I also, I mean, I have almost 2 years of stuff around the house that I haven't been able to do. So it's going to have to, I'm going to have to really kind of get back to work on doing certain projects and stuff around the house. So Buck was saying, or maybe Jerry, nice Buck. How much, or hey, how much space loot are we getting for this? You're not getting any. I get all the space loot. Oh man. In my best Jeff Goldblum, so do you plan on having models on your modeling show? Maybe someday. I did get see and Lewis actually kind of made a good point the other night when he was working on the Lancaster, and he said that he wants to kind of finish what's in his stash before he starts buying a whole bunch of stuff or any new kits, so to speak. And HobbyLink International has kind of helped him with that, because now he gets to finish some shelf queens, which is going to make Nat very happy. But yeah, Lewis kind of made a good point with that, and I do agree with him. Because I do find myself getting sucked into, oh, I need this one, and I need this one, I need this one. And, at the same time, you're kind of like, there's no point in hoarding them all, top. And, try to get some finished and get your stash moving along. And then, when you're ready, you can buy more. But, it's kind of a sickness that we all have, and you can say that till you're blue in the face, but then next thing you know, you're coming home with another model. So it's just the way that we are, I think. Dirk was saying, I better get out of here. I don't have a lot to no editing, raw footage only. Can Kalan at least flush us like Nat did? Or flash us? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm not going to flash you. You wouldn't like that. Yes, Kenny, you missed. It was a long time ago in a world far, far away in England, where it was like the very first live stream, I think, that Lewis and Nat did. I was watching. I didn't see her flash us. That wasn't any time recent. She knows better now. I missed it too, but I heard about it. It keeps me calling back. I know I flashed you guys one time. And Dirk said, let's not go there, Buck. And I did a live stream when I thought I was recording. Did you really? See, I always worry about that, because when I had OBS set up, now I have OBS split into two different whatchamacallits, sources or something. So I have one that just says recording. So if I need to record, I have different functions that I can do from OBS and just put them in for when I'm recording. And part of the reason for that too was because it kept screwing up my audio. And so then I also have a separate one for streaming, which I don't really use, because right now I'm trying out StreamYard to see how I like StreamYard. So far, StreamYard's been fairly nice, but I do see the benefit of OBS if you can figure OBS out. And I'm not quite there yet. I'm a little more stumbly with the OBS, but it is a nice program until somebody hacks into your YouTube account like they did to Kenny from their OBS. Buck was saying, I have never said I'm done buying. No, and I don't think anybody ever has said that. It's just And Lewis didn't really say that. He just said that that was kind of the agreement he made with himself, was to go through his stash, build it, and then go from there. Because like he and I are kind of like-minded in the fact that, especially when it comes to, if I ever do buy a Titanic, and he just got one recently, his 1-200 Titanic. I'm the same way with the hood. When I get the hood and the Titanic and a couple of the other larger scale ships, I want them to be perfect, and they're going to take several years to build. So Mark is heading out. So bye, Mark. Thank you so much for stopping by. He says, have to go, folks. Or hopefully it'll be able to update video for my channel on my upcoming projects this year. Take care. Thanks, Mark. Thank you so much. I always appreciate having you, and thanks again for stopping by. So let's see. Let's see. Buck was saying, I hit stream instead of record, and there you go. Yeah, that's easy to do on OBS. Laugh aloud, screwy audio, check the Sunday stream. Usually we have about 10 minutes of can you hear me now? So everybody say goodbye to Mark, and thank you again for swinging by. Top says, I would never lie to myself like that. And Kenny was saying later to Mark, and Buck was saying bye to Mark, and Dirk as well. Catch you on the tube. Yeah, so OBS was kind of the first one I attempted using, and man, it's like a lot of people use it, and I understand why they like it, because if you really can learn how to get everything set up the way that you want it, OBS is by far one of the better options out there, and it's really makes the overall process pretty simple, to say the least. But StreamYard, the only problem with them is you have to, if you want the full account, you have to pay out the nose for it. So that's one of the downfalls for that. But yeah, that's the UCam that Cyberlink has. UCam was, you have to get this extra software for it, and then you have to stream it through another one, and it's really crazy. Rock a squirrel across the air. Yeah. Was that a too much of a shift change? But yeah, Cyberlink, I think you had to stream the UCam from Cyberlink through another service, and it was just very confusing on that one. So Lewis had recommended StreamYard, and it's pretty awesome, but it's very limited for the free version. So, and I think yeah, you do pretty good. You do fairly good with it. It's an interesting program. So, and I know there's a lot more that you could do with it that I don't. I'm just kind of glad that I didn't get involved with Streamlabs, because that sounded like a huge mess. Yeah, a Stream Deck would be sweet. You love OBS, just need a, yeah. Stream Decks are really cool. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sprueverse. Phil over on Sprueverse, he recently got a Stream Deck, and so now he's able to really do a good live stream. And also, even his recording has changed. His recordings have become so fluid, and he said it helps with his editing as well, because he's able to do a lot of the bye, Josh, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for stopping by. But he said that, you know, ever since he's gotten the Stream Deck, he's able to just flawlessly control all of his cameras and everything just basically from one seated position, and not having to go and look for something like the rest of us do, where you're going, okay, I need to change my microphone or change my camera here or there or whatnot. So, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, it is coming up on about an hour and a half, and I am probably not going to start building anything at this point. I had a lot of fun today. Thank you, everybody that stopped by and participated in the chat. And it's always fun just to kind of kick back a little bit and talk to everybody as well, and you know, do some model talk at the same time. So I think I'm going to end it here very shortly. And again, just want to thank everybody for coming by and showing your support. See on chat, Buck was saying, I want a Stream Deck too, just the 16 button one. Yeah, I think the 16 button one is literally all you would ever really need. I don't think you'd ever need anything more than that, especially just, you know, for what we're doing. So, all righty. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Again, thanks everybody for stopping by, and happy Monday. So I'll see here. I gotta look. If I had one of those, I could just click a button and it would like automatically go into the outro here. So, all right. Thanks everybody. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.